Hello everyone, my name is Winters and welcome back to another episode of Star Trek Online Do's and Don'ts. In this episode we are going to talk about harvest nodes, and as I'm sure most of you know, harvest nodes are used to harvest R&D materials. They are also available in a couple of other areas like story missions. You may come across them in story missions. Well, actually, you will come across them in story missions because that's where you find most harvest nodes for R&D materials. What I should say is that you will find them also in story missions, but it's not necessarily to harvest R&D materials. It can be part of a mini game to find the wavelength of an electroplasma, blah 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 crap. Anyway, what I have done is I have picked up the story mission in the Romulan arc called Mine Enemy, and we're going to jump in here now. The reason being, this map has 4 harvest nodes in the very first map. So as you can see here now, we are in space, and voila, here is a harvest node directly in front of us. There's another one over here, and there's one roughly around here, way off in the distance, and there's another one behind this planet. So what we are going to talking about is the harvest node mini game, and we're going to start it here now. And as always, we're going to start with the don'ts. Basically, you don't want to use the mouse clicks, clicking the arrows for harvesting your nodes. I mean, you can do it, but it is ultimately slower. If instead you use the arrow keys on your keyboard like this, it is much quicker, as you have just seen. Now, there is an added thing to this, and we're going to head over here now to the next harvest node. So what I am doing when I get to a harvest node, I am hitting the F key for interact. All right. So as you can see here, it says scan magnesite ore, and basically this is a bug with the game, but I can't really point out the bug blatantly, so I'm going to allude to it and you guys have to figure it out. Okay, so my mouse is up here, my hand is not on the arrow keys on my keyboard. Okay, and what I'm doing is I'm going to hit the F key to start the mini game. So I hit the F key to start the minigame. Did you pick that up? Did you see how quickly that was done there? Alright, we're going to go to the last harvest node, which is behind this planet. By the way, added tip, for those of you who have followed my Endeavor series, the Mine Enemy mission, the one that we're in now, is the recommendation I give for harvesting space R&D materials, because there was 4 in the first map. Alright, so here we are again. Alright, so I have the scan rubidium ore thing highlighted, and I'm going to hit the F key to start the minigame. Alright, so I hit the F key to start the minigame. Alright, if you can't figure that out, I don't know what to do. But I can't point it out blatantly. But there you go. What I should point out actually though is that bug will not work if you are... So let's say you're in a story mission and you have to modulate the electroplasma flow, whatever, you know, the technobabble, alright? And you have to align the wavelengths or whatever. The bug that I just showed you will not work for things like that. Alright, you have to actually use the arrow keys and go through it. But if it's just a normal harvest node for harvesting R&D materials, you can use that bug slash exploit. It's not really an exploit. It's a bug. It's not meant to do that. But It can be, I mean, you can be doing a flyby right past a harvest node and you just hit the F key and boom, you're done. And you don't have to stop at all. And, you know, you get some R&D materials. Very, very handy if you are creating a new character and it is low on R&D materials for the purposes of leveling up the R&D system. So, yeah. That is the harvest node do's and don'ts. Do not use the mouse and arrow buttons on the UI to modulate the minigame. Do use your arrow keys on your keyboard because it's a hell of a lot quicker and much easier. Even though it's not a very difficult minigame anyway. But I've showed you the quickest way to do it, and I've showed you really the quickest way of doing it as well. I've shown you 2 ways of doing it, albeit one of them with a little bit of cloak and dagger, but whatever. Anyway, we're going to leave it there for now. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like. That will help me out enormously. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. You guys have been fantastic with this series. I have loved every minute of engaging with every single one of you who have left a comment, thrown out an opinion, anything like that at all. I reply to every single comment. And thank people for, you know, taking the time to leave a comment or even having a conversation about a particular topic on a particular video. So thank you all so much for that. It's been absolutely fantastic, and I've really, really enjoyed interacting with you guys. So thank you all so much for that. Anyway, my name is Winters, and I'll catch you next time. So until then, adios.